Hello everyone and welcome to Friday with Fiona and today's class to go when I'm going to be using the Textured Chic Suite collection. Is it texture or textured? I'm not sure. Anyway, so these are the stamps. I've just got a little display board here. So these are the stamps. This is some of the designer series paper, and then here I've got 2-inch squares. It's double-sided, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sheets double-sided, and you get at least 2 of each, I think. 17 photopolymer stamps, so you have detail and filled out ones, and then you have matching dies for the flowers, the shells, the snowflakes, and then this beautiful kind of grid. There's 19 dies altogether and leaves, and then this beautiful distressed gold paper is part of the suite as well. So today's class to go is 3 cards using this suite. I'm just going to pop the banner, the host code up if you want to make a note of it. If you spend £35 in my online shop today, and I have put a link, I will send you everything that you need except stamped images to make these 3 cards. So I'm just going to turn that off for now. And yeah, so I've got the stamp set, I've got the dies. I have got the embossing. I'm just going to have a look at this to give you some details. It's in the mini catalogue. Hopefully it will carry over. So it's the Embossing Additions Toolkit on page 49 of the current mini catalogue. So you get the tray, which is great. And I love this because I've had trays before, but I have arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, and trying to pull something's really hard for me, and this is a screw, so it's just makes it so easy. You get one of these embossing buddies, you get this beautiful brush and these great tweezers to hold from a distance. So I'll be using those for one of the cards. So I just want to show, and that is £26 for all of that, so bargain. Okay, so the first card I'm going to do is using the distressed gold specialty paper, some of the designer series paper. You can see the foiling on that. That's the back of it. So if you're not into like foiling and stuff, you can use the other side, but that's lovely. And it's kind of a pool party-ish colour. I've got the speciality gold, got a bit of vellum, some evening evergreen, and I have die cut the full leaf in that. And then I've die cut the detailed one in the speciality gold paper. Now I have put adhesive sheets on the back of this to make my life easier. I've cut everything out just to kind of speed things up for you. You don't really want to be sitting watching me die cutting stuff. So I've got everything ready. This one's got the adhesive sheet on the back, so I'm just going to get that off. Here we go. Whoops, I think I need to order some more of this. I'm going through it like there's no tomorrow. And then I'm just going to layer that onto the evening evergreen. There we go. Oh, lovely, beautiful. Okay, and then I've got some vellum, and that's to stamp my sentiment. So right, let's have a look at the sentiment. So we've got, thanks, wishing you the best birthday ever. You are amazing beyond measure. You make each season of life even more beautiful. Thinking of you and love you. The thanks is quite large. The others are quite small. So I think for the front of the card, I'm going to use that. And I am going to do some heat embossing, which I'm not sure you've seen me do before. So I've got my Versamark ink. I've got clear embossing powder. My buddy, it's just gently because it's vellum, I don't want to get it all chalky, and I'm going to need that. And just get my ink pad. So I'm using Evening Evergreen today. get a block. And I think I will do the thanks because it will kind of stand out. It's quite large. Also, the other thing you get is this, we used to have it in another stamp set, Work of Art, which was a few years ago. And it's just like to give a bit of texture. So you could do that in a really pale colour and then stamp on top of it. But I'm going to do this onto vellum today using the Versamark. Actually, I don't think I do need the Versamark because our ink pads are quite juicy. No, actually, I will just to be safe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp with the Versamark first. This is the only one I'm using embossing for. So then I'm going to stamp my thanks into my evening evergreen. And I'm going to try and aim for the middle. My strip of vellum is a little bit longer than my card, and I have done that deliberately. Okay, that's quite juicy. Let's get that out of the way. As soon as I can get some embossing powder on, the better, and then that will give me a bit of time to. Okay. Don't think I really need to brush any off actually. Let's just put that to one side and get this back in its little pot. Now I moved it over bin because I have a habit of it going everywhere. So I'll pop that lid back on before I start getting my heat gun going. And I'm going to cover my ink up as well because it does float a bit and you don't want embossing powder landing on your ink pad. Go there. Right, let's turn my heat gun on. The sound might go on the video just because it's loud, so it will go while I've got this on and then hopefully come back afterwards. Just give it a minute to warm up. And I'm going to do it from underneath. And you should see, I just love heat embossing. It's the most amazing thing. Actually, I'm burning my hand already. Let me get my tweezers. There we go. Yep, starting to go. I'm just going to move my tweezers along a bit because it's floating around in the. There we go. Okay, there we go. That's done. So I'm just going to move things out of the way and then do our matting and layering. And I've got a new, you'll be pleased to hear, I'm not going to run out today because I've just put a new one in. Famous last words. So it's a card base in Pool Party. And then a mat of Evening Evergreen. Nope, I need to lift that up. I just realised. So I'm going to layer these because I need to wrap my vellum round before I stick it down. And these have been die cut with the deckled rectangles. I don't know if you can see the edges. They're quite really lovely. Okay, and then that will go on there. So what I need to do first is get that across the middle. Just pop this on. Don't do what I've done and put adhesive on the back until you're ready, because I'm having to do it holding it up, which is not easy. Okay, that's, whoa, my hand slipped. There we go. That's on. Okay, so what I've done is I've made the vellum slightly longer than my piece of card, because with vellum you can try and kind of put the glue behind, like where my ribbon's going to go or whatever, but because this is a long strip, I really want it to be on firmly. So I have got some seal there, but I'm just going to go over that to make sure it's sticky. I'm going to pop that in the middle and just hold onto it and fold one side round. It's not quite in the middle, but that's okay. Okay, so that's stuck now. Then I'm going to take this bit. There we go. And that's now stuck down. Put a bit of seal over the top. Just where I'd stuck it down and pulled it off, just re-gluing, and then that's going to go on to my card base. That's a beautiful, beautiful colour combination. Okay, then I need my ribbon. Just need to check my picture of where I've I cut it all last night, so that's okay. I'll just wing it. So I need to pop this on with some dimensionals over the yeah, so I'm just going to get my dimensionals. So the detail die, I put adhesive sheets on the back of the specialty gold paper before I cut it. But because the Evening Evergreen one is much bigger and not so detailed, I was able to just put the dimensionals on the back. And now I'm just going to tie a small bow. Famous last words. About tying a bow, I mean. Here we go. Get my ribbon scissors. And then that will just go on with a glue dot. To the handle, the bottom of the leaf, like that. Make it little bits. There we go. So there you go. That's card number 1. I just love that. It's beautiful. Okay, so moving on to card number 2. I'm just going to clean this because I won't be using the thanks again. Oh, that's what I was going to do. Just the vellum is a little bit floppy, so I'm just going to kind of strategically place a glue dot under probably the N. There we go, and you can't see that. Oh, I love that. Okay, so I've cleaned that. That can go back in. And I love what Stampin' Up do now with the cases. It's on the inside of the cover, so you can see at a glance what you're missing. Right, so that was number 1. Let's pop it back in its protective cover. And then this is number 2. And I'm going to be using Petal Pink and Sahara Sand stamps. And I need the seashell, and I don't think I need quite such a big one actually. So I've got one. So I need the detail and no, that's, yes, I do. I need the detail for the background, and I need this one for it. So I've already die cut the shell, did a spare just in case it goes wrong, and that is my detailed one in the gold specialty paper again. And again, I've got adhesive sheets on the back of this, so just need to stamp first and then I can pop it on. Do that in a minute. When I peel the adhesive sheet off, it should all come off. So I'm going to stamp first in Petal Pink. And this is Sahara Sand. I'll do Petal Pink first, I think. That will fade. It looks quite bright at the moment, and I'm going to need that in a second. Let's just clean that. And then do the Sahara Sand over the top. And you're not going to see an awful lot of this because you've got the gold over the top. You can see I just missed the top, but that's okay because it's going to be covered with the gold. And I've just tried to move that so it's slightly, yeah, there we go. Right, now I have got some strips of the designer series paper, and I have a slightly smaller piece of the Petal Pink than my card base. And I'm just going to randomly stamp I think I'm going to do the background in Petal Pink. Very juicy. And you'll notice I'm not really going over to the left this side because, well, actually I will, because my strips of paper are going to cover it, but that's okay. I don't really want to have any gaps. Okay, so that's the Petal Pink. I think I might be finished with that. I'm not sure what colour I'm using in the next one. Oh, yeah, I'm using soft suede in the next one, so I'm finished with that. Clean it, and then I'm just going to quickly stamp the detail now with Sahara Sand. So it's two-step stamping. And because they're photopolymer, you can line them up. They don't have to be exact. You can do it either way. You can do the detail first and then the fully, or the other way around, which I'm doing. Probably slightly easier to do it the other way actually, because I'm there we go. So as that dries, it will pale. The pink will get paler. And that's the end of the Sahara Sand. Just clean that and pop that away. I had to keep the dies out to show you, but whoa. Oh goodness, that is the downside of a photopolymer stamp. I've just dropped it on the floor and I can't see it. Oh, that's annoying. Don't worry, I will find it later with my torch. Okay, so now I'm going to peel the back off and hopefully the rest of the adhesive stickers will come off. Yes, they have, lovely. And I can now stick that over the top of my stamping. I'm going to line up the bottom first. There we go. So you can't see too much of the detail behind. Okay, and then that's for my sentiment. I'm going to pop my strips just with some seal. So that and that are the reverse, and then that is one of the others. Just need my seal. I'm just going to slight angle. And then this is my favourite. I'm a polka dot girl. Over the top. Right, and then I'm going to lay this on. Now you could use dimensionals, but again, you just need to be aware of your postage because it will make it a large letter. Okay, let's pop that on. And then I'm going to pop that on with some dimensionals. And I just need to do my sentiment. I think I'm going to do thinking of you. And I'm just going to stamp this. I'm not going to. I'll try Sahara Sand, but it might be too pale, in which case I will. Oh, that's okay. Okay, I'll just need to trim that down and like flag it. So I deliberately use a long bit. So that is going to come out from there. Just get my trimmer, mini trimmer. So I need to leave enough to make a flag. And the way you do that is, I'll probably use scissors actually, just cut up the middle kind of to where you want it to go, how far in. I don't want to go too far in. And then just from each side to make it like a flag. There we go. That's looking a bit orange, my petal pink ink, but it was really juicy, so it's obviously still drying. And I'm just going to have that coming out. Actually, I should have done it under there. See if I can get a bit up there. Yeah. Just cut a bit off the end. And that is card number 2. So I was going to put it on dimensionals, but actually I think I want it coming out from the designer series paper, so I'm just going to pop a bit of Seal Plus on that. There we go. Thinking of you. So that's card number 1 is thanks. Card number 2 is thinking of you. And do you see how different they are just by using different colours? I think it's just incredible. Okay, and now card number 3, I saved the best till last, in my opinion. It is a fancy fold, but it's relatively easy. It's just a case of scoring. So I'm not sure which sentiment I have on that one. Let's get there's a lot of bits and pieces to this one, and it does have a belly band. So I've already cut everything and scored it. And there's lots of designer series paper which I have already cut. I think I have actually too many bits. I have also die cut 3 deckled rectangles, so basic white in the designer series paper that matches some of the ones I'm using, and soft suede. So I'm just going to pop these together because the little one was a chance of it disappearing. Like mustn't forget to find my stamp on the floor. And the deckled rectangles, there's like a nest of them, so they go down in sizes, but you can, if you want to do a frame with them, you could miss one of the sizes out, but they're lovely. Really like them. And then a sentiment will go on there in soft suede. So that's for the sentiment, but we're going to put that together. So, okay, you started with a card base and then you have scored it once, twice, 3, 4, and it folds in like that. Just need my bone folder to get a good crease. And I just think, you know, sometimes fancy folds, they just pack a bit of a wow if you want it for somebody special. Or so I'm using the same piece of designer series paper, but I'm using the back and the front. So on the bits on the outside, I'm going to use the bits with the foil on the sides. And then on the front, I'm going to use the bits with the flowers. So that's the reverse of it. And I have left quite a bit of a frame, so in the petal pink, like that. So I'll do those first and then we'll reverse it inside. Now, because I'm gluing the foil side down, I just need to make sure there's quite a bit of Seal Plus on it. Okay. So once you've got one down, you can then line the others up with it. Let's do the other. Hang on. So I'm just lining it up at the bottom. There we go. So that's my front bits. Then I'm going to do my side bits. And again, I'm just going to fold that over and I can line it up with that bit there. Get it straight and then do the same on the other side. think the one thing I haven't done is cut a bit of basic white down for the inside, but that won't take a minute. Okay, so just lining it up again. So that's my front, and then on the inside, I actually think I prefer the foil. I do like the foil, so I could go, I don't know, decisions. Maybe we'll go with some I can't speak, shabby chic. We'll do it that way. Okay. So I overlooked this set, well, this suite in the annual catalogue. It just didn't do anything for me. And then I saw, as is always the way, you see what other people do with it on Pinterest, etc. And yeah, now I really like it. Not so keen on the darker colours in it, but there's a time and a place for those. So, okay, just line this last bit up. And then I'll just pop a bit of whisper, I keep saying whisper white, basic white. So I just need to trim that down. Just going to line it up. Just trim that down. Width-wise, I think it's okay. Yes, it is. Perfect. Okay, lovely. And then this bit is actually going to go on my belly band. So I don't know, I've used the thanking for you. Need a long one, really. You are amazing beyond measure. Thanks again. I think I'll leave my sentiment for now because I'm not sure what I want to say. But I will put it together so you can see. So this is a 1-inch strip of card. But I think it's about 11 inches, and it's just been scored. So what I'm going to do is pop a bit of seal. Whoops, that's stuck to my grid paper. So that's on the inside, and then this one will be on the outside. And I just want to get it straight. There we go. And then just pop that on with some dimensionals. Actually, I will need to put a sentiment on because once I've put the dimensionals on, I won't be able to. Just try and think, what have I got coming up? Have I got any birthdays? November, December. I think I'll go with the thanks. Let's just check the thanks fits. No, it's too big. Maybe another thinking of you in soft suede. Something else on the floor. My brush. I'll put my torch on in a minute and have a look for them. Oh, that really stands out. So I'm going to pop that onto the belly band with dimensionals. So the dimensionals can go across the middle. Oh, there they are. I was going to say I had them out and I've lost them. So how far along? Yeah. I love that. And then the belly band just pops on and off and you can stamp another sentiment in there. So thanks for joining me today. And as I said, it is a class to go. So if you spend £35 in my online store, I will send you the cardstock, the designer series paper, the die cuts, the ribbon. Oh, need a bit of ribbon on this one. Everything basically except the stamped images for free. You just need to use the host code. Let me pop the host code back up for a second while I do this bow. And yeah, I will send you all the measurements, choose proper tutorial really, and everything cut out for you as well. I don't want it too big because it's going to go underneath the thinking view. So I will just use a glue dot for this and pop it on the edge of the belly band. Turn it the right way around. Thinking of you. So let's get my stuff out of the way and so card one. Oh, that's card one. That was card two, and that's card three. So I hope you enjoyed those projects today. Thanks very much for joining me. And I will be back same time next week with another project. I have planned ahead, but my latest delivery seems to be stuck in customs. So I will, hopefully it will arrive. But if not, I will pivot and find something else to do. So same time next week, 2:30 on Stamping with Fiona. And thanks for joining me. Have a lovely weekend. Bye.